Hey everybody, welcome to a young man's workshop. This is the Ugliest Bed Frame Part 2, a discussion video. My very first discussion video, I believe, in this kind of voiceover format. The Ugliest Bed Frame, I actually don't think it's ugly, but this was a very quick and dirty, you could call it, project for Aaron and I. Um, we looked into getting a bed frame and a box spring for this foam mattress that we have. It's one of those mattresses that comes in a box, and between the box spring and the metal frame, it was somewhere north of $300, and that was some of the cheapest stuff that we could find in our area. So we ended up saying, all right, we've got plenty of different odds and ends in the shop. Let's make this work. So we found a couple of really twisted 2x8s. That's what you got, what you saw get stuck in the miter saw there. For some reason, I thought it was the lever lock on the saw, but it turns out it's just a really twisted 2x8. And we had to make it strong, right? It's all wood. We didn't try to make this as manageable as possible. We got to carry it up the stairs into our apartment. All the material, we didn't want it to be super heavy. A lot of times heavy and strong kind of go together, so we ended up cutting these mortises and rounding everything out and sanding it all done. And again, we had to find a way to get this done in the exact same day. So we ended up not having enough 2x4s, so we had to use some 1x4s as well. So it's 3 2x4s and 2 1x4s that are the cross members of this bed. We did a lot of sanding to make sure that splinters wouldn't react with the humidity and kind of pop up. The last thing that anybody needs is a bunch of splinters on their calf right before they go to bed. We also ended up finding a 4x4 from a project laying around that just never went anywhere, so we ended up doing kind of a lap joint, cutting back the slot as far as the width of the 2x6, 2x8 rather. And then when we screwed that in and we're getting things ready, we found out we were not going to have enough top rails. We needed 8 top rails to have enough span across the foam mattress so that the foam wouldn't bend through the rails, and we only had 6. So when we cut this, we made sure that the mortises were set down low enough so that the frame itself acted like 2 top rails. So that got us to the 8 top rails that we needed. Unfortunately, when I was cutting, I found out that I cut 3 of these rails a little short, and we had, again, no way of going and getting more 2x2s at this time. We were very committed to this same day challenge, 10 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. at night. We had to get this stuff done to really get on with the rest of the obligations we had during the weekend. So I ended up putting the loose end of those 2x2s towards the front of the bed, towards where the pillows are, because you were going to have the least amount of weight there, and I'll probably go back and replace them at some point. We did stand on the bed. We did walk all over it. It is very, very strong. It was very cheap, and again, we got this done in like 6 hours. It was really great. On my Patreon page, I'm actually releasing a video at the same time as this one called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And what I do is I went and I looked up the cost of all these materials that I used, and then the cost of how I'd actually do this in real life if I was to do it again from a design standpoint. And it's really interesting. I list the tools. I talk about kind of how difficult it was and some of the pain points. It's really technical, very kind of nerdy. So if you would like to see that, please go over to my Patreon page and sign up to support me. I really, really appreciate it and hope you enjoyed that video. And I hope this was an interesting video for you guys. This is the first time I'm doing a voiceover. I'm going to try to do these more often, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you have a great day.